Thanks for joining me for another video. I'd like to talk a little bit about the nervous system. You may have heard, when it comes to the nervous system, that there's two modes of operating: rest and recover, or fight or flight. An example that's often given is our ancestors coming across a wild animal in nature and this triggering our fight or flight response. Well, our fight or flight response, there's another element to that, which is paralysis. Most people don't fight and they don't flight, they just completely seize up and come into a state of paralysis. And these two options of fight or flight and rest and recover, there's a big middle ground in between that I like to call anxiety and anticipation. So to give a nature example, as that's what's often given, imagine a deer that's going to drink by a lake. And in those nature shows where you sometimes see the deer and it gets attacked by the crocodile, in the moment it sees the crocodile, it goes into fight or flight and it tries to get away. Sometimes it does, sometimes it gets eaten. Nature is pretty ruthless. But while it's drinking, it's not in fight or flight and it's not in rest and recover. It's in a state of anxiety, of knowing that there's maybe danger there, but the danger hasn't yet presented itself. And that's the state that I believe most human beings are living in. Is this anxiety that there's danger around, it's not fully presented itself yet, so there's no need to fight or flight, but there's also no opportunity to rest and recover because there may potentially be danger there. And if you look around society, this is everywhere. You just need to go to any city centre to realise that there's dangers and scary stuff all over the place. There's a reason we have a police force to protect us. It's because there's scary things out there in society. So if we're out in society, we're aware that these things are a possibility in the back of our minds, so we're in a state of anxiousness. And we're not taught how to control this anxiety. And for a lot of people, it can consume them and it can paralyze them into living in this state of anxiety. So I highly encourage you to pick up some breathing techniques and pick up awareness of when you're feeling anxious, and to breathe and to realize that there is no danger. And if you feel a danger, place yourself into a better position or a different spot. A lot of times we've created a system where if you work a job that involves dealing with scary situations, frontline workers have to deal with this a lot of time, particularly police officers. They have to be in these positions where they're on edge and anxious. And it's not really talked about that much, but in these positions, there's a lot of self-medication and a lot of medication that's prescribed to these people. And there's a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder from the things that they see. We should offer far more support to people with frontline jobs because they're having to take on all of this stress and trauma onto the nervous system. And whenever they're out there, they're in this state of anxiety and apprehension about what potentially could happen. So I wanted to share this to move away from the model of rest or recover and fight and flight. And it's to bring awareness to this middle ground, which is anxiety and anticipation. And that's where most people are living. It's a state that is to move away from the city centre. There's somebody always looking to try and rip you off. Someone's always looking to make $1 on you. And that sits in the back of our mind. And people who are vulnerable and quite gullible, which is a lot of people, and it's not their fault, they're just very trusting people. Those people can tend to live in a higher state of anxiety because they know that they're susceptible to someone taking advantage of them. And there's a lot of people trying to take advantage of people in society. And so this anticipation and anxiety mode for the nervous system is extremely prevalent. And it's not talked about much, but a lot of statistics of drug use and medications that are prescribed for anxiety, or people self-medicating with marijuana and alcohol, is very prevalent in society. So a long-term fix for this would be to try and create a better society and for people to treat each other nicer, not try and rip each other off, and not be complete loose cannons that are creating fear in other people. So I just wanted to share that idea. If you have any comments on that, throw it down in the comment section, and really look forward to catching you on the next one. Do breathing exercises, stay grounded. It can help you work through those feelings. It's definitely helped me a lot. And stay out of situations where you may be feeling anxious. Trust your intuition, work through it. I'll see you in the next video.